But then you have to fix up the differential or the torque on all the other cars. But all that takes is just like crank the acceleration and the braking sensitivity all the way to high heaven, and so is the torque. Because it gives you more acceleration, more braking, more like torque or whatever, right then and there when you need it the most. Then like pulls it back or like takes it away. Right. So then why would you need it like different then? Right. For maintenance, maybe? For maintenance? I would venture a guess, no? Or maybe it's just one of those buttons that is just like, when you figure this out, and there's only one way about it. Right. You could maybe differential turbochargers the other way, and make them competitive to like a naturally aspirated. Right. But then you could just balance the transmission and then right. What? I don't know what you said about the guitar, or when you reminded me, remember eating sushi? But I don't think that's a thing. Wait, how come though? I have to give things up. You gonna sell your guitars? No, man, but I can't do the guitar and all the other things. But it's 30 years and girls on the way were avoiding baby. You know, like, she could be like the babysitter. And then you could be like, I'ma fix this TV for the kids. And then, like, oh, TV's broke, gotta play guitar. Right, genius. And I'm just like, well, she's like babysitter, but then like I'm like boyfriend or something. I just gotta be around for like when she's when she's done for like the job. And then baby's like, yeah, you know. But then like mom and dad's like, I don't like this babysitter. TV's broken. TV repairman gotta play guitar. Like, I don't like this stuff. And then you go to the next house. Go work, you know, go happen. And now we're both in a good mood. Yeah. Condiments and cheese and ham and donuts and salami. Gonna get you in trouble with a girl. I know. Chinese food, kind of. Chicken wings. Yeah. Dumplings. Yeah. Broccoli and beef. Yeah. That's all we're gonna do with the budget. That's all we're gonna do with the budget, man. We gotta fix up this altitude sickness and get back to 116th and then Audubon and then the Bronx and then switch back to Fort Wash, and then come back down from Fort Wash, and then head up the Bronx again. And then that takes care of Queens, Brooklyn, and then Staten Island, even Yonkers and Long Island, and then Geneva, New Jersey. Christ. Well, you know. Rock. Can't have punk rock in New York City without punk rock in New Jersey. Yeah, but there's that old guy with the jeans or whatever. That's a completely different thing. What are you talking about? And how you get back in? All right. Forget. They're going to jail. They're going to hell. Yeah. Can't fix up this high altitude. I mean, altitude sickness so quick. Remember the 10 pounds up and down? Don't do that. You're gonna get fat. Probably. Fuck. This is that thing that we said like a long time ago. Like, you know, lose the weight and then gain the weight and then lose the weight and then gain the weight. And then like, you know, fill it in like at the right spots and whatever. Fill it in the right spots. I mean like the knees and the ankles and the joints and like the hips, like, you know, some of it is like fat or lipid and then like carbohydrate and then like sugar or like fiber, and then like the other one is like protein, and then it's just fiber or whatever, but then it's like tough, and then it's like, you know, meat or muscle, and like the organs and like the poop and a schedule, you know. Yeah, can't just be budget, gotta like schedule and everything. Sure, okay, maybe not. They must have planned though. Okay, maybe not, and it's just budget. Without baby, right? Without baby. Without baby, I remember they must have planned, no baby. Otherwise, you know, kaputs. I'm honest. Telling the truth, 100% sincere. No baby. Can have all of that stuff and then baby. For reals. No baby, look, if I say baby after all of that stuff, then like all of that stuff is like a lie. Doesn't work with baby. Right, thanks. You know that's not how I wanted things. Yeah, because everybody else is having baby, right? And there's no brain for baby, right? And there's so much more fun. Like you wouldn't believe. Less poopy too. I know, right? So is there like a car out there? There's like a bunch of different cars out there. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like they have like more parts and then less parts, and like the parts are different, and like you can break them or not break them, or you can break the whole car if you're like a one part. Yeah. Cause like a really bad time to like take it apart and put it back together, so like you have no car for like 2 years or something. Yeah. That is so much trouble though. So much more fun than having a baby. Agreed. And then for later, we fix up these cars. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, it's so pretty.